used for displaying the message. For example, I'll write echo. Okay. So, good morning. So whatever you type, okay, inside the double quote, it will be displayed. Okay, it is for printing a message. So along with this echo, you can use escape sequence. Okay, you have heard about escape sequence, right? /n, /t, /c. So these are two characters. Okay, so these two characters, they are called as escape sequence. Okay, /t/n. Okay, so I can use this escape sequence along with the echo command. Okay, so remember, when I make use of escape sequence, I have to make use of an option. Okay, it is called an option, right? Last class we discussed how to write the option. So every option will start with the minus, correct? It will precede with a minus symbol. So here I'm using an option minus e. Okay, here echo is a verb. Okay, echo is a verb. Minus e is a option. Okay, and whatever after I write, it is called as argument. So that is a structure line, right? Command line. Okay, so good morning. Okay, same message. Okay. And I'll be using /n. See the difference? Okay, so same as your C program. Okay, /n, it is used for getting a new line. Okay, but I have to make use of this option minus e in Unix. Okay, remember. So suppose if I just write this much, okay, if I write just this much and I use a escape sequence /n, okay, so some operating system, okay, some Unix operating system version, they give the output, but some operating system they don't give the option, okay, output. So make sure that you use this option. Okay, in the exam, okay, you have to make use of this option minus e. Okay, whenever you are going for any escape sequence, you have to make use of this. Okay, let me show you one more here. So this is one more. This is one more terminal. So here you will get the output, okay, but in the textbook they have mentioned that you have to use the option minus e. Okay. So your bash shell, okay, bash shell, it make use of a minus e, okay, option for the echo statements. So that is about echo statement. So echo statement, they are used for displaying the message. Okay, whenever you are using escape sequence, you have to make use of the option minus e. Is it clear? Any doubt with the echo statement? So these are a few more. Yeah.
Connect ಆಗ್ತದೆ.
ಏನಾಯ್ತು? What happened? Any problem? Okay. So these are few more escape sequence. Okay. So you can use /a/b/c. So these are different types of escape sequence. Okay. So one more example is it. minus p. Okay. So slash t. Okay. See, I'm using slash t. So slash t is escape sequence to get the tab space. Okay, it is meant for tab space. Okay. So moving on to the next one. Okay, printf. Okay. So previous one was echo. Next one is printf. Okay. So it is an alternative to echo. Okay. It is also same as echo, which is used for displaying the message. Okay. So echo is used for displaying the message, same as printf. Okay. So printf, it prints a formatted string to the standard output. If I want any formatted string, okay, in the standard output, I can make use of a printf statement. Okay. So see here, printf, enter the value slash n. Space here. You can see here, printf, enter the value, same as you use in C program. Okay, same thing you can use here. Okay, so if suppose I have declared a variable, okay, assume that we have declared a variable x is equal to 10. Okay. See here, so here, so if I want to print the value of any variable, see here I have declared the variable x is equal to 10. Okay, I have declared a variable x and I have set the value for x as 10. Correct. Next, I can use same as the C. Okay, so I am printing a decimal value. Okay, the value of x. Okay, so same as in the C, you are using format specifier, right? Percentage D or percentage S if you are displaying string. Okay, so you can use percentage D. Okay, and you can display the value. You can see here it is displaying the value of x is 10. Okay, it is displaying the value of x is 10. Same way you can also set, you can give, you can write format specifier like this. Okay, with the 4 space. Okay, so I'm writing 4 or 40 spaces. Okay, I'm leaving 4 space. Okay, so I'm leaving 4 space here. So 4D. Okay, for leaving the space. Okay, and you can see there is one more difference. I'm not using comma. Okay, if you go for a printf statement in a C, we were using comma, right? But here you are not supposed to use a comma. If I am using comma, it will show the error. Okay, it will give the error. Yeah. Okay. Don't use a comma. One more example. If I'm displaying some string value, if I'm displaying some string value, then I can make use of I'm displaying the string. Okay. So you have studied in the previous session. I have showed you why to use dollar shell. Okay. So dollar shell will tell you what shell you are using for your Unix operating system. There are different type of shell, right? So it will show you what type of shell you are using. Okay. So it will tell my shell is hash bin hash bash. So you are using bash shell. Okay. So there is one more. Clear the screen. So you can convert from one format to another format. For example, if the number is in octal, you can convert it into decimal, or if it is there in decimal, you can convert it into octal number, okay, or hexadecimal number. Okay. So this is how the format specifier we are using. Value of in octal. So if you are using octal, you have to go for percentage O. Okay. And if you want the value in hexadecimal, then you have to use percentage X. Here. Not like this, please. So value of 255 in octal it is how much? 377, and in hexadecimal, okay, it is FF. Okay, so this is how you can display the value in a different format. So decimal it is converted into octal, or in decimal it is converted into hexadecimal. Okay, is it clear? So printf is almost the same as your C programming printf statement. Okay, so it support one of the difference between echo and printf statement is in printf statement you have format specifier, but in echo statement you don't have format specifier. Okay, but escape sequence like /n/t is supported in both echo and printf statement. Is it clear? Any doubt in printf statement and echo statement? Understood? Respond. Are you sleeping?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood, or the answer for the question, are you sleeping? Understood?
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Okay. So in the exam, they will usually ask, explain. So they will give in the list, first one you explain echo. Okay. Second, you explain printf statement. Individually, they may ask you in the exam. Okay. For 5 marks, you may get explain echo statement with the example. Explain printf statement with the example. Okay. So like this, you will get the individual question in exam. So moving on to the next one. So next one is ls command. So very easy command. Okay, I already explained ls command. So it is ls for listing the file. Okay, suppose if I want to list all the file. Okay, yeah, I'll show you here. I want to list all the file. Okay, which is having, okay, which starts with the TES. Okay, it is having the file name TES, and after that it can be test1, test2, or test name or test new, anything. Okay, I just want to list all the files which is having TES. Okay, and after that I can have 0 or more characters. So star is a regular expression which represent 0 or more characters. Okay, see here it is listing. Okay, I have two files which is having the name with the word TES. Okay, test1 and test2. So this is my home. Okay, so here you can see there are two files, test1 and test2, correct? So those two files it is listing. Okay, there is one more example. What is minus L is called as? Hmm? What is minus L is called as? Nikita. Nikita.
Yes, ma'am.
What is minus L is called as?
Minus L.
What is that?
That distinguish from the file names. Minus sign distinguish from the file names.
Only file names. What is the difference if I just write ls test file name and ls minus L test? Why minus L is used? It's an option, correct? Minus L is an
Yes.
option, correct? Yes,
Yes.
it's an option. Why minus L option is used?
Distinguish from the it distinguish the file, so it is used minus sign.
Test one. What it will do? It will list all the file in a single line, correct? See here, list one file per line. So in one line, it will list only one file. Okay. So listing the file in a line. So that is why we use minus L. Okay. So there are different files and folders. Okay. So there are three files. Okay. Total, it is giving total number of files 3. So these three files, okay, these three are files, and these two are directories. Okay. They are not files. You don't have any extension for that. So those two are folders, or we call it as directory in Unix. You can see here C2 and C3, they are directories, and these are files. Okay. Why minus A is used? Why Sampath Kumar? Sampath Kumar, why minus A is used? Sampath Kumar PL. Sampath Kumar PL.
List all hidden files.
Okay, thank you. So it will list all the hidden files. Okay, so yes. So you can give the example. Okay, so it is used for listing the files and give some examples. And you can see here. So when it is listing the files, what is the order it follows? Okay, so you can list the names of the file available in the directory. So first it will list all the uppercase. Okay, so uppercase first. Okay, uppercase letters are given more priority. Okay, and so this is example which I already explained. Okay, the chapter star, and chapter star with minus L, it will list all the files with more additional information with one file per line. Okay, so this is about ls. Okay. Moving on to the next command, who command. Okay, so who command is meant for finding who are the users. Okay, I want to know. So as I already said, Unix is a multi-user system, correct? A Unix operating system can be used by multiple persons with different terminals. Okay, they might be having 78 terminals, and but they are all connected to the same operating system. Now I want to know who and all are using the same Unix operating system. Okay, so in that case we are going for who command. So who command, here it will not show, okay, for security purpose, but you can see here. Okay, so who, okay, in one column, in the first column, it will show you when you execute the who command. Okay, but here, if you are using Ubuntu, you can execute this command, but in online, they will know, they will not show the information. They will not show the information. Okay, so who command. So when you execute the who command, this is how the output you are getting. Okay, so the first column, what you get, it is called as user ID or username. Who and all are using the operating system. Okay, so there are how many people are using the operating system? 5 people are using the same operating system. Okay, the second column, it is called as a terminal name. Okay, it is called as a terminal name. And the third and fourth and fifth column, so it will give you date and time information. Okay, so these three, it will give you date and time information. And the last column, it is showing the machine name. So machine will be having the name. So that name will be listed in the last column. Okay, so this is a terminal name. Okay, so see here, there is a command for knowing the terminal. Okay, so TTY. So I want to know about my terminal. You can see here how it is displaying. My terminal name is the terminal, whatever you have used for executing the command. Okay, so the name of the terminal is #do #tpt. Okay, the command to know the information about the terminal. Okay, so TTY. Okay, make a note of this. TTY, it is the command to know the terminal name. Okay, so you can see here, these are different terminal names. Okay, it depends. Okay, for different terminals, it will be listing different names. The first column, username or ID. Second is terminal name, or we call it as device name. Third, fourth, and fifth column, date and time information. And the last column is machine name. So there is one more. Okay, so there is an option called as minus capital HU. Okay, remember your commands are case sensitive. Okay, you have to write minus capital HU. Okay, if you are writing like this, okay, you are writing the command line like this, then you are getting the output, you will get the output like this. Okay, so first column, second column, third, and so on will be having a heading. Okay, can you see the difference? If I use minus HU, it is giving all the information. Along with that, it will also display the heading. Okay, so it will display the heading. So first it will display, it is a username. Second is a terminal. Okay, next one is a time information. Next one is how much time the system is idle. Okay, and the next one is a PID. What is PID? You have studied in operating system, right? What is PID? Anybody? What is PID?
Process ID.
Okay, processor ID. So PID is nothing but it is processor ID. So whenever you start a file, a processor will be taking care of that file. Okay, so it is a PID and some comments which will have the machine names. Okay, so here you can see here there is a command called as PS. Okay, so PS command will list all the process that is running in the terminal. Okay, so it will give you the list of process. Okay, with the processor ID. Okay, so PS is a command. Okay, so these are processor IDs and information about the process. Okay, so this is a command. Okay, additional commands TTY, and one more is PS command. Okay, and if at all you want to know your own information, one of the users shown in the first column is obviously the user who you know the who command. So he is a root user, correct? He is the one who is using mainly the system. Okay, so who command, okay, can be used with the argument who am I. Okay, if you're typing who am I, so it will give you your own information, your own system information. What is the system name? Okay, terminal name. Okay, terminal ID and time and date. Okay, and your machine name. So you can get your own information using this command. Who am I? Okay, so this is about who command. So moving on to the next command, date command. Okay, so it is meant for displaying the system date. Okay, I'll just execute this command. So we are done with echo command, printf command, who command, ls command, and this is the fifth command, date command. So date is simple command. Okay, to know the date, today's date. Okay, so it will give you the date, Saturday, September, date and time. Okay, and with the year. Okay, so it is a date command, and date command can have the arguments. You can have the arguments. Okay, so this is the argument plus percentage m. Okay. You can see the difference. What it will give you, date plus percentage m. If you write like this with the argument plus percentage m, it will give you the month. Okay, in terms of numbers. Okay, it is a ninth month, right? September is a ninth month. Okay, you can get the information. Okay. Next one, suppose there are s percentage h. So you can see what it will give you. Percentage h will give you the month, but in terms of word. Okay, September. Okay, you can combine the arguments. So you can combine the arguments. So like this, you can combine the arguments with the plus symbol, percentage s, h, percentage m. Okay. See here how it is displaying. See here I have combined two arguments, percentage h and percentage m. So what it is giving? It will give you percentage h will give you the month in terms of word, and percentage m will give you in terms of number. September 09. Okay. So there are other commands like date, percentage, y, so percentage y. So it will give you the year 2020. Okay. So these are the different arguments that you can give for date. So there are other arguments. Okay, you can give d. So d is meant for displaying the date of the month. Okay. Y for the last two digits of the year, which I executed just now. HMS for hour, minute, and seconds. Okay. Capital D for displaying the date in this format. Okay. MDDY format. Capital T for displaying the time in terms of this format, HMNS. Okay. So this is about displaying the system date. Okay. Very simple commands, but while writing the commands, be careful. Okay. So you should not give space between plus and double quotes. Okay, remember that. Here when you're writing plus percentage m, don't leave any space. Okay. Here if you leave the space, extra operand percentage m, okay, it will not give you the output. Okay, so be careful while writing in the exam, don't leave any space. So moving on to the sixth command. So sixth command is meant for changing the password, passw or passwd. Okay, so this is a command which is meant for changing your password. Okay, so see here I'm not going to change the password. WD. See, whenever you execute this password command, okay, it will allow you to change the password. So changing the password, okay, so enter the login password. It will ask you to enter the old password first, then it will ask you to enter the new password. Okay, again it will ask you to re-enter the password. Okay, if everything is okay, then it will display a meaningful message. Okay, successfully change the password for Kumar. Okay, so this is what you are going to get when you execute the password command. Okay, and all the password, okay, it is encrypted in the system. Okay, so all the password, okay, it will be in the file, okay, named shadow. Okay, you have a file named shadow in which directory? etc directory. There is a directory. Okay, so that is directory, etc directory. Inside that directory you can find a file named shadow. Inside that you will be having the all the passwords. Okay, the passwords which is in the encrypted format. Okay, so while you are going for password, you have to follow some rules and discipline. Okay, so same as you, I mean, set the password for any Gmail or Facebook, you will be following some rules. Okay, same thing you have to, similar way you have to follow the rules over here also. Okay, there are certain rules. The first thing is, don't choose a password similar to the old one. Okay, next, don't disclose your password to your friends or relatives. Okay, then go for the password which is a mix of alphabet and numerical. Okay, then don't write down the password in any documents. Okay, so you may be having the habit of keeping it in notepad, the passwords. Okay, don't do that. Keep changing the password regularly. Okay, so these are some rules we have to follow while setting the password. Okay, and coming to the message. Okay, there are certain messages you will be getting while you are changing the password. The first one is, while you are going for the password that is too short, you will get this message. Password must differ by at least 3 positions. Okay, first six characters password must contain at least 2 alphabetic characters and at least 1 numerical or special characters. Okay, so there are some message for bad passwords. Okay, so it is a dictionary word. You are going for a dictionary word, or you are going for a password which is similar to the old one. Okay, or you are trying to go for new password with too many failures. Okay, too many failures, again and again you are making an attempt for changing the password. In that case, you will get a failure password message. Okay, so this is about password. So moving on to the next one, calendar. Okay, so CAL. So CAL is a command which is meant for displaying the calendar. Okay, so this is the format we will be following. CAL. Okay, and there is a month and year. You can specify the month and year. Okay, in here the month is optional. Okay, you can give month, and even year is optional. So these two are optionals. Okay, I'll just execute those two. Cal command. So see here, we are getting the calendar. Okay, this month calendar of 2020. Okay, you can also specify a particular year calendar. I want a 2003 calendar. Okay, see here. Okay. So if you want to see the complete calendar, you have to use a scroll bar. Okay, you have to scroll and get the complete calendar of 2003. Okay, so this is a 2003 calendar. Okay. And you can also go for particular month. I want, okay, I want third month in the year of 2009. So January, February, March. Okay, so March month 2009 calendar. Okay, so this is of 2009 calendar. Okay. And see here, there is one more option. We call it as a pager. Okay. I am using a pager. Okay, the name of the pager is more. Okay, so why I am using this? Just see the output. Okay, so if I am using more pager, then I'll be having an option here more. Okay, okay, see here, first it will display January till September. Okay, next from October to December it will display when I click on more button. You can click on more button, okay, by using enter key. Remember, by using enter key you can go for more. Okay, here, so enter key, you can see the next. Okay, and similarly you can also use cal 2003. There is one more pager which we will call it as less. Okay. Here. Either you can use less or more. So it is, so here what you can see is the entire calendar will be, you can see in just one screen. You need not to use a scroll bar. Okay. So you need not go for any scroll bar for seeing the entire calendar. You can just make use of the entire key, enter key, for seeing the all the months. Okay. So this is about calendar. Okay, calendar command. Any doubt till here? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, moving on to the next one, the last topic, combining commands. Okay, how do we can combine the commands? You can see here there are two commands. So these two are different commands. One is WC command. Okay, these two are different commands. One is ls command. Okay, so these two are different commands. I can combine these two commands, okay, by using semicolon. Okay, so I can use a semicolon to separate two commands. Okay, so I'll be using semicolon for separating two commands. So I'll just execute the command separately first. Okay. I'll execute the command separately. So what WC will give? WC will give you the count of word, character and line. Okay, how many lines we have, how many words we have, and how many characters we have in the file 2.txt. So this is my file 2.txt. Okay, there is 3 line. Okay, but it is giving the number 0, 1, 2. Okay, so that is why it is giving 2. Okay, 2 lines. Okay, 3 words and 22 characters. Okay, in the file 2.txt. Similarly, ls command. Okay, ls minus l 2.txt. Okay, it will display the list of file. Okay, now what I do is I combine these two commands. Okay, these two commands I will combine. I use a semicolon. Okay, do the space ls minus l dot txt. Here I'm combining these two commands. Okay, now what you can see, it will display the output. First it will display the output of first command. Next it will display the output of second command. So this is how you can combine the two separate command with the help of a semicolon. Okay. Now what you can do is, if at all you want to move the output of this to another file. Okay, you want to move the output, whatever the output that we got. Okay, you want to move it to the another file. I want to move to one.txt. Okay, I want here some other India, Canada, and Australia is there. Okay, so that will be overridden. Okay. Now when I execute this and I want to move that output to one more file, that is one.txt. Okay. So I'm executing the command. Now go to one.txt. Can you see whatever the output? Okay, initially it was displaying India, Canada, and Australia, right? That content will be erased or overridden, and whatever the output, okay, that will be given to this file. Okay, so the output whatever it is there, it is given to one.txt. So what is the symbol that we are supposed to use? Greater than symbol. Okay, so greater than symbol with the file name will take the output. Okay, to send the output of this first command to the file. Okay, is it clear? Any doubt? So this is all about different commands. Okay, different types of commands. Any doubt in the topic that we are done today? Samiksha. Samiksha. Samiksha Jain.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you tell me what are the commands we have discussed today?
We discussed about echo command, which displays a message,
Okay,
and printf.
okay,
It is an alternative for echo.
okay,
ls command to display the list.
okay,
Who command to find who is the user.
okay,
Date command to display the date.
okay,
Password command to change the password.
okay.
Cal command to display the calendar,
Hmm.
and combining of commands.
Okay, fine. So we'll end the session. Okay, thank you.